Ladies and gentlemen, we are live tonight for another edition of the NASCAR Heat 5 Career Mode on the channel. This is a special race because this is where the playoffs begin. And as you see on the left-hand side of your screen, those are the current up-to-date playoffs. The playoff standings that is going into race one of round one. 16 drivers fight for a championship, and that fight starts right here tonight at the Auto Club Speedway. First and foremost, before you like, share, and subscribe, I do have to say I really do apologize for this late stream tonight. I had problems trying to get well, not problems, it just took me a lot longer to get the points situated and scored together compared to what I thought I'd do. And I was in the process of, earlier on in the day, recording a video as well that will be premiered this coming weekend. So a little bit of a doubleheader coming up on Saturday for you guys, but unfortunately with that, we're going to have a late stream here tonight. So sorry for that. I'm also sorry for myself because I still have to work tomorrow, and I'm probably going to be out past 11 o'clock tonight, so I'm looking at less than 6 hours of sleep, but that's okay. It's just one night. It's just one night. I think I'll last, and hopefully we'll have a lot of fun with this as well. The Auto Club 400, first trip to the Auto Club Speedway this season, and we're going to get into this very soon. No practice or qualifying for myself entering today's race. Let's just quickly take a look at the point standings coming into this one. The number one seed would be us. Keegan Schneider currently sitting 136 points above the cutoff line. 140 playoff points, guys. 140 playoff points. 35 stage wins. Regular season championship, which is another 15 playoff points. That's 50 right there, and then 18 wins gets us to the 140. It's just insane. Any playoff points we get in these rounds carry through and to the next round, so we have a chance to, have even more than that going into the round of 12 and the round of 8 perhaps as well. Kyle Busch is sitting at the number 2 seed, 14 points above the cutoff line. 11 points above the cutoff line is Joey Logano. Denny Hamlin 7 points above the cutoff line. Ryan Newman, Brad Keselowski, and Kevin Harvick are all 3 points above the cutoff line. John Hunter Nemechek, Matt DiBenedetto, and Ryan Blaney are all 2 points above the cutoff line. The last two drivers above the cutoff line to start the round of 16 are Matt Kenseth and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. They are plus 1 point. Mark Truex Jr. is the first driver below the cutoff line at minus 1 point. Kurt Busch is minus 2 points. Clint Boyer is minus 4 points, and the 16th overall seed is Eric Almirola at minus 5 points. He's the only driver that doesn't have any playoff points at all coming into this race today. Cars One Boy and everybody else who is now tuning on into this race, welcome on into the stream. Here we go at the Auto Club Speedway. Denny Hamlin is qualified on the pole alongside teammate Kyle Busch. On the outside of the front row, BJ McLeod, Justin Haley, and David Reagan will be starting at the rear, all non-playoff drivers. Tough break for BJ McLeod last night, missing the playoffs. He was the last driver, or I should say the first driver outside the cutoff line. Remember, all 4 Hendrick cars missed the playoffs this year as well, so we have a lot of underdogs coming into this round of 16. We'll see how far they're going to go. Green flag is in the air. Denny Hamlin will lead the field to the green, and the playoffs begin on the NASCAR Heat 5 Career Mode. 60 laps in stage 1, 60 laps in stage 2, 80 laps in the final stage tonight. And already 3 wide down the back straightaway at the back of the pack. Got one up top.
Room to clear that.
4 wide now and almost 5 wide there. Not quite 5 wide, but they were definitely 4 wide. Off turn 4, Schneider going to try to break whatever draft. There! Oh man, he didn't even know there was a car up to the high side. Josh Bilicki was already there. There's contact.
Get all clear up top there.
Schneider had no clue Bilicki was up there. BJ McLeod getting a bunch of spots following the 99. Two work together well at Martinsville.
Careful.
Kyle Busch going to take the lead away from Hamlin now into turn 3 after Hamlin led lap 1. Drafting is going to be a huge factor here out in California.
Clear high, clear high.
Single try only. See some crazy restarts throughout the course of this race. You're going to be seeing likely a lot of tire wear as well around this very bumpy surface. One of the oldest surfaces in NASCAR.
Careful, still there.
Definitely making huge headway early on. Down on the apron, he's cracking the top 20. Alongside Tyler Reddick for 18 into turn 1. Got the new Hooters paint scheme on the car for this race. Back through the first half of the playoffs, we run Hooters as our sponsor, and with this very paint scheme, Jim Johnson trying to get all the draft he can down the back straightaway. Big one off the exit of turn 4. Snaking all over the place. Trying to keep Johnson from getting a good run on him. Dark Crypto, welcome to the stream. I kind of ran out of ideas and threw a scheme together last second. I didn't really know what sponsor I wanted. I got home later what I was expecting to. I forgot I was going to get a new paint scheme, so I kind of slapped this together last minute. I will take more time when we throw our final scheme on for the season and closing races this year. Down to the apron in turns 1 and 2. Getting that lane to work in 3 and 4. 1 and 2 is a little trickier. But we did make it work that time.
Still there. You got room. You're clear there.
Closed on Truex. A little tight as soon as he pulled up in line behind him. Ends up getting a run off the back of the 19 now. Schneider with a low dive into turn 1. Now gonna try to slide up in front of Boyer. He will, and gets to the outside of Blaney as well. Truex to the inside of Boyer. Schneider clear, and he's up to 13. Blaney trying to draft. Blaney up to block Truex into 3.
Careful, still there.
Yeah, thanks for hitting that like button. They're trying to send it underneath Custer. Down to the apron again through 1 and 2, but he does slide up in front of the 41 cars. Drafted Eric Jones. Underneath Bowman for 9th place. Bowman won the last race here in 2020 at the Auto Club Speedway. They're trying to go full throttle through turns 1 and 2. Not sure if this is gonna stick. Oh man, barely. Barely kept it off the wall. I was committed there. This little slide job on Chase Elliott. I'm surprised that lane was able to hold full throttle like it did. And Schneider's trying to go full throttle from 3 and 4 now as well. He lifted. Probably could have gotten away with it, but still cleared Ryan Newman for 7th. This car is on the move early on, and it is looking bad fast to start the playoffs. Picking up where he left off in the regular season. 4 straight wins coming into this race, looking to make history with a 5th consecutive win. to be the most ever in the modern era, which will be from 1973 to now. Chris Buescher having a solid run in 6th place.
Still there.
Side by side for the lead, Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch up turn 4 and back to the start-finish line. Won't be too much longer. Schneider will be up there likely battling for the lead as well, as he's already underneath Joey Logano for 5th in the turn 1. Side by side for 3rd place as well between Kurt Busch and Denny Hamlin now. All playoff drivers inside the top 6. I believe Chris Buescher is the only non-playoff driver inside the top 10 running in 7th. Harvick cleared Busch off turn 2. Kurt Busch still trying to clear Hamlin, and he does in the middle of 3 and 4. Schneider's got a big run on the 11th.
Careful, still there.
And there might be a possibility he can get to the lead next lap. He's up to 3rd at the start-finish line. This car is on a rail. Full throttle through 1 and 2 again. Now in the draft down the back straightaway off of Kyle Busch. Massive run to the inside. Harvick trying to go down and block. No chance. Schneider to the lead in 3 and 4. Sent it in there. Slides back up the racetrack, but he'll still hold clear off turn 4. New leader 99. From the 37 starting spot after no qualifying or practice. And in 12 laps, he's in the lead. Win for any one of these round of 16 drivers will lock themselves into the next round of the playoffs in the round of 12. 3 straight nights of NASCAR Heat 5 career mode action, starting with this one. Tomorrow night will be the second race of the round of 16 at Kentucky, and then the round of 16 finale will be at Watkins Glen on Thursday night. Friday night would then be the start of the round of 12. Then we'll take a break after that. We were supposed to originally run the NASCAR Busch Series race for NASCAR Chase the Cup of 5 tonight. I ended up recording that earlier on today. I had a little bit of extra time earlier. I didn't use it as wisely as I probably should have. Probably should have just waited to record that on Thursday. But anyway, I recorded it today. So that is the late schedule change to run the Heat 5 career mode, start the playoffs tonight instead of tomorrow night. Andrew Chatterley, welcome to the stream. Check your rear view mirrors. You own Kyle Busch's Toyota, I guess? You bought out Joe Gibbs Racing, all 4 of their Chargers? Schneider, when he hits his marks, can't hold full throttle all the way around the track. That was the first time he ran full throttle through 3 and 4. This definitely has the capability to be a very dominating performance. Fastest car Schneider's had all year. I'd probably say the Coke 600 car was the fastest car he's had all season. The problem is he never got to really showcase it because he crashed out in stage 3 and get the finish he probably deserved that night. It was a 550 track just like this one. Same package. Jackson Thomas won't be the stream.
Alright, you're clear.
You can definitely confirm that tomorrow night's race will start earlier than this one. I can guarantee to you, I was expecting to get this ready by 8:30 at the very latest, and it's just after 9. So again, I'm probably gonna apologize a few times throughout the course of the night for it. For some of you guys, it might not affect you. It probably affects me more than anybody else. Really,
Still there.
seems
You got room.
casual-wise.
Clear there. Car high, careful. You're all clear on top there.
We'll get through it. Just brings in the Heat 5 career mode one day soon. I guess you guys didn't have to really wait
Still
for it.
there. All clear.
They're on to a hot start. 8 seconds now ahead of Kevin Harvick. Harvick coming in off the second place finish at Martinsville last night, picking up where he left off in the regular season finale. Kyle Busch also had a top 10 run. As well as Denny Hamlin and Kurt Busch. Really all of the top 5 right now were in the top 10
Still there.
at the end of the race
You're
yesterday.
clear there.
Matt DiBenedetto's the last of the playoff drivers to start off here in this one. He is coming off the top 5 performance yesterday. Unfortunately, that's a 750 track. This is a 550 track. And that speed that he had yesterday not translating quite like some of these other drivers
Stay low.
towards the front of the field. But Schneider taking all the wins and most of the stage wins this year, it feels like. That is why you see the points that's congested together as it is. Really from the number 5 seed all the way down to the number 13 seed. Only 8 points are separated. I should say from the 4 seed all the way to the 13 seed, 8 points are separated. 5 seed to the 13 seed, it's even closer than that. It's only 4 points in the difference. It's insane.
Careful. Still there.
And it just goes to show that any one of those playoff drivers have a DNF, it is going to be catastrophic no matter what your seed is.
All right, you're clear there.
Unless you're Schneider, I guess. Then he can probably afford one in each round. I think he'll be all right. What happened last season, him missing the championship 4, 7 stage wins and 5 race wins on the year leading into the round of 8, and he still missed by 1 point. So I went out there and got 13 more wins than what he did last year, I believe. Ton of lap cars coming up. Kyle Busch back to second, gets around Kevin Harvick in the lap track. Josh Bilicki probably going to take it 3 wide. They're going to go to the high side.
Careful, still there. Clear low.
Look out for it.
All right, you're clear there. Car on the outside now. All right, you're clear.
People watching right now. Thanks for everybody tuning in on this late Tuesday night. I just cannot believe they only have 9 races left after the checkered flag flies tonight on the NASCAR Heat 5 Career. Been playing this game for 15 months on the channel off and on, obviously not every single night. Changing it up with the game. Played Thunder Oak for the NASCAR Championship Cup of 5. Placing the nights that we aren't running 5. Just simply taking the day off. Back to track. Holiday of some sort. It's great. It really doesn't feel like 15 months ago. It really is starting to come to a very, I'd say, good close. We had a good run. Still need to go out on top and win this championship, though. Problem is, all the playoff points I have right now isn't going to matter when I get to Talladega for the championship 4, assuming I qualify for the championship 4. Because
Stay high, stay high.
That's going to be a whole different animal. We're still going to have to be the best of the 4 drivers at the end of that Talladega race. It's just going to be wild. DB Forever 85, welcome to the stream. Schneider's still trying to chase Richard Petty's record as well for the most wins in a single season. The record is 27. A 28 win would break the record. You would need to win every playoff race in order to do that. Considering he's already won 4 in a row coming in, that would be a 14-race win streak to end the season. At the very beginning of the year, it looked like it was going to be possible when he had about 12 wins in the first 15 races, but then he had that slowdown period in the middle of the regular season. Now he's picked it back up again. Just squeezing in there, 3 wide under Ryan Blaney and Tyler Reddick. Vinny Keselowski, a couple Penske playoff drivers under further back. Looks like Bubba Wallace is on pit road right now as well. With some problems. Likely under the hood. May have an engine issue. It's definitely spewing out a lot of smoke. And he's been on pit road for a few laps now already. Likely up getting that car back out of the racetrack is very, very slim. New stay great. We had only 3 cautions per incident last night at Martinsville. Sorry, 4 cautions per incident last night at Martinsville. We only had 1 caution per incident in the final 280 laps for that 500 lap race. And came about 23 laps to go. The race before that, we only had 1 caution per incident at Road America.
You got room, you're clear then.
Thing though, with this being a bumpier racetrack, definitely gonna have to manage the tires as well. Now the good thing is that it's only a 400-mile race. Next round of the playoffs when we go to Atlanta, which is a similar track as far as how much wear and tear. In fact, probably even a little bit worse. Plus you gotta add in the fact that that is going to be a 500-mile race instead of a 400-mile race. So trying to conserve the tires there is gonna be a lot. We'll only have 8 sets going in. Splash for Days, welcome to the stream. Barely kept it off the wall off turn 2.
Careful, still there. Top 3, use it if you need it.
He used every square inch of the racetrack in the corners, and we're only in the first half of stage 1. Halfway through the first stage. This time why we will be. No need for this 99 car to pit, that's for sure.
Still there.
A lot of faster cars going to get held up on the high side behind Halp and Carter down the back straightaway. They had plenty of time to move low, but Schneider beat him to it. 3 wide further up ahead. Schneider clears Elliott off turn 4 as well, and he's already left inside the top 10.
Half down, half to go. Big time by. Alright, clear outside.
He's underneath Joey Logano.
Still there. Clear high, bud.
Clear off turn 2. This is just insane how fast this race car is. No cautions for incident so far. We haven't had a restart.
Still there. Alright.
See how crazy the restarts were at Michigan a few races ago. I'd have to assume that it's going to be the case again here today.
Clear all around.
2-mile racetrack is bigger than the lead as Schneider's got. He won't lose a lap by pitting. That's not the point. He's going to try to conserve all the tires he can in case we get cautions in the final stage. Really going to go about this and work his heart out every single lap as he has so far. He's going to be smart while doing it. He's already put his car into 4-wide situation once, 3-wide a couple times when he was trying to get up from the field the first time. Can't think about those races where he had those 4 D and Fs. He's going to be on the attack. Get this win. Move on to the next round. So that way when Kentucky Watkins plane comes around, he's going to be racing for playoff points to contact with Justin Haley now. Less than 10 laps away from 3 flight pit stops. I'd be surprised if anybody else tried to short take. Back to our crypto.
Still there. Clear low, bud.
Almost doesn't even feel like 105 for the AI difficulty. This car is just on a rail.
Easy on the tires, driver.
Another car on pit road up in smoke. Couldn't tell who that one was though.
Hold your line.
Hamlin going to go a lap down.
All clear. You got
Only
room,
Kevin
you're
Harvick
clear.
and Kyle Busch are the only cars on the lead lap. So far into the run, everybody else is serving their tires.
All right, clear on that.
It's just insane considering Schneider's running the laps he is. And tires aren't burning off any quicker.
You got room, you're clear then. Watch those tires. Car outside. Top 3, use it if you need it.
It's going to put Kevin Harvick a lap down into turn 1. Stage 1, and he has already lapped the field. He ended up lapping the field last night at Martinsville, but it took him until the last couple laps of the race to do it. This is just insane. Black Ace, welcome to the stream. Where's this car getting all that speed? I don't know. I didn't practice or qualify either. And this is the only trip we've had this entire season to Auto Club.
See if we can manage our tire wear a little.
We haven't ran here since very early last season in the career mode. And we are just coming out guns blazing. This car's on steroids. It's just... it's unreal. Still pulling away. Curious to see what the short run looks like. If we pull away on the short runs too, starting at the back, don't really know we'll be able to do that.
You got room, you're clear then. Watch those tires.
The first test of that's going to be on the first restart, whether it's going to be at the stage break or before that. Get caution. It might be because I'm able to go full throttle, and maybe everybody else doesn't quite have the handling of the race cars on this bumpier track to be able to do that. Still. A lot of cars coming to pit road this time off turn 4. Schneider going to stay out at least one more lap, maybe 2 more. See as he makes his way off turn 4 this coming lap, if he'll end up making the dive to pit road or not. It's really just going to depend on where that right front tire's at as far as wear. Right now it's at 4% on turn 2. Schneider's going to take it one more lap, it looks
That car in front of you is coming to the pit.
Go full throttle for 1 and 2 that time. Not going to do it at 3 and 4 either. He's going to make sure he can make it one more lap.
You got room. You're clear. Easy on those tires, driver. 20 more laps. No mistake. All right, we're in our fuel window. Let's pit for gas. All right, you're clear.
Definitely going to have to pit for his tires the next lap. Mainly because of that right front. Schneider will be pitting this time. Otherwise, I'd say you could probably go another lap on fuel, but that right front tire is definitely not going to make it another lap. Surprised he made it that far into the fuel run with the pace he was running.
Watch your speed, please.
You got to be careful locking those tires up.
Need those tires to last, driver.
Definitely slid quite a bit. And remember, the apron's just as bumpy as the rest of the racetrack. 4 fresh tires and fuel. Clearly no adjustments coming from this 99 team. Michael Turner, welcome to the stream. This track wears out the tires. Yes, it does, but for whatever reason for us, the fact that we held that speed and we were only 1 lap shy on tires compared to fuel, which is insane. .8-second pit stop, not too shabby for the channel racing crew. He's going to make his way back up onto the racetrack. Still caution free.
Got one peeking outside.
Still got the 1 lap lead on the field as well, following our first pit stop of the race. Big run coming.
Still there.
Drives it all the way down to the bottom. Pretty wide down the back straightaway. They'll be side by side into turn 2 with Schneider underneath the lane. Shoots the gap down to the inside of Keselowski. Off turn 4, he'll clear the 2.
Still there. All right, you're clear there.
I'm curious to know what the over-under is as far as how many laps we're going to end up winning by. So if we don't have a lot of cautions like we've had the last 2 races and the start of this one, this is going to be perhaps the most dominant performance for Schneider in his career. One race he led every single lap, and that was at Sonoma in the second race of the season this year. He only had as big, which, I mean, still pretty big, but as big of a 38-second lead in that race.
Stay low, stay low.
This you're running, well, his fastest lap is a 39.703. Fastest lap ever is a 39.972. That's the crazy thing. Because he's not even running close to the best lap ever on the short run, about 0.4 of a second off. Long ways to go. Taking one stage at a time as well. continue to nab more playoff points. Carry round by round. Definitely know the bad luck I've had in Kentucky on the career mode. It doesn't matter what series. Cup, Xfinity, Trucks. That's the next race. Must have momentum. Probably got that 900 horsepower engine we were talking about. Whatever race that was. And it's making more of a difference here because this is 550 instead of 750. So 900 compared to 550 versus 900 compared to 750 makes a gigantic difference. That's where we're making our speed up. It seems like after a couple laps, Cheddar just starts to pull away from even Harvick and Kyle Busch and those guys down there. Again, we'll see on the restart when everybody's packed together on equal fresh tires. Right now, I don't think Schneider will change anything. No need to.
Stay high up there. Road clear.
Laps to go. Stage 1. He's gonna have to lift that time. That time he definitely would have been in the wall if he didn't get out of the gas.
Careful. Still there. Clear high, bud.
Doesn't come close to it today. I don't think he's touched it though. Bit of a tighter exit to turn 2 compared to turn 4 as well. Middle of the corner is just as wide. I'd say a little bit more narrow, but that's only because you typically can't run the apron over. Schneider's done it twice already tonight. He's made it work for it. Just team with a big block on Justin Haley.
Car high, careful there. You're all clear up top there.
A lot of these playoff drivers going 2 laps down as well.
Stay on the bottom. All clear.
Kind of hear when they're getting out of the gas in the middle of the corner like Ryan Priest did that time. He was definitely out of the gas when Schneider had passed him. He was in the gas, and then right when we zoomed right around him was when he got out of the gas. You could just hear him not on the throttle anymore. Schneider just holds this grip all the way through. Sometimes Schneider had to lift off the exit of the corner within the last few laps. Keep the car off the wall. Put as many drivers 2 laps down to the end of the stage as possible.
Still there. You're all clear up top.
A lot of drivers. Both on back is 2 laps down now off turn 2. Newman with the first driver 2 laps down. Playoff drivers already in a situation that's so tough to go back 2 laps behind just to get back on the lead lap. And to stay there, stay. Got the caution right to take a couple wave routes.
Still there.
Able to find a way to get back on the same tire strategy. It's just nearly impossible. Even though we're only at stage 1. Especially when the race leader is putting the pace together like Schneider is right now.
Still there.
Ken's and Benelli going to lose another lap. Will Custer's having a good run in 9th place right now. The only Stuart Haas car to miss the playoffs.
All right, you're clear there.
So they're trying to hang in there on the bottom. Schneider gets the run off the exit.
You got room. You're clear.
Banking on the high side. Even with the 99, you can see the car wiggling around in the bumps in the center of the corner. It looks pretty loose.
Still there.
Oh man, had to check up. By BJ McLeod.
All right, you're clear there. Hold your line. Got one inside.
Shot the middle all the way through the corner. Oh, just got the wall for the first time. That's nice. Worst part is we actually made it through the corner already. I just got the car right up closer to the wall than I should have. Didn't need to do that.
Stay high, stay high. You got room. You're clear there. Here we go.
2 laps left in stage 1. Tyler, welcome to the stream. Final lap of stage 1.
To go.
For those of you just tuning in, this is not pit strategy. This is just a simply dominating race car for Keegan Schneider in the early going. It's going to be his 36th stage win of the season. Just adding on to the year he's had. And this is the opener of the playoffs. First race of the round of 16. Couldn't have asked for a better start. Schneider will win stage 1 at the Auto Club Speedway. Caution free through the first stage as well. "36 stage wins. I wonder how many I wonder if we can get to 50 by the end of the season. We got a chance. 50 stage wins. I don't even know what the record for the most stage wins in a single season is. We obviously broke it. I don't think anybody came close to 36. I don't even think anybody got in the 20s. I'd be shocked if anybody did that. Well, everybody's going to be hitting pit road. 4 tires and fuel. Kevin Harvick will get the free pass at the stage break. Everybody from 8th on back is 2 laps down or more. Really, 2nd through 7 at least has somewhat of a chance. Never know, they get in the right tire strategy for the end of the race, things can definitely change. I'm not going to change the graphic on the upper left-hand corner of the screen throughout the stages tonight. I will do that in the finale of each round. And maybe when we get into the later rounds, I'll do it as well. But it's just a lot to go through every single race, especially tonight when it's already a late night. What you're going to be seeing on the left-hand side of the screen will be from the start of the race. Joshua Rumsey, welcome to the stream. Schneider nails the restart initially, but now we'll see if he can actually keep the track position if he's got a good enough short run car to do so. Everybody on equal fresh tires. 6 sets left in the finish of the 99. Pulls the clean air. Trying to get a run. Hamlin to the inside of Busch in turns 1 and 2. Schneider's held on for a lap and a half. They're all over his back bumper down the back straightaway, and they're going to fan out likely into turn 3. Logano thought about taking it 3 wide to the bottom. Couldn't quite get underneath Hamlin though. Now here comes Joey. Hamlin to the high side, and he is there, 3 wide further back. Everybody trying to get their lap back. Hamlin with a block on Logano in the center of 1 and 2. Schneider powers through in the center of the corner, actually got into the back of the 11. 4 wide, now up the exit of turn 2. The Busch brothers almost made contact on the high side. So it looks like this car is actually somewhat human. The fact that he is struggling on the short run just a tad. I mean, I wouldn't even call it struggling. He's still got top 5 speed. Side by side with the 6th place car, which would only be the 4th car in line. Trying to back up turns 1 and 2 a little bit. Kurt Busch slid up the racetrack quite a bit. Schneider slides up as well, just keeping it off the 22. Here comes Kenseth down low. This track is so wide, and there's cars running every lane. It's really hard to tell where everybody is running. By the time you have to merge off the exit of a corner. Oh, Schneider drifted up the track quite a bit. Got into the side of Kurt Busch, slid down into Kenseth off the exit of the corner as well. Logano clears Kyle Busch off turn 2. Schneider took the low exit, but by the time he went back up the track, he couldn't quite side drop the 18.
Careful, still there.
He got a little tight that time. Didn't want to enter quite that high.
Careful, still there.
Slingshot slide job move on Kurt Busch.
All right, you're clear. Car outside, hold the line. All right, you're clear.
Slings back in front of the 18 of Kyle Busch now. We'll see if he'll try a crossover off 2. Not quite. Schneider with a block. They're trying to go after Denny Hamlin to put him a lap down now. Hamlin to the bottom, Schneider to the high side. The 99, a major run off turn 4. Hamlin gonna slide up, now he's just gonna protect the bottom.
Careful, still there.
Schneider will take the high side.
Still there. All right, you're clear then. Caution down.
Schneider powers on the center of the corner, now we get another caution. This is our first caution for incident in the race. It took until lap 70, but we got it, and that was right as Schneider lapped Denny Hamlin again. So we'll be seeing pit stops again. Schneider's definitely going to pit. Harvick staying out. It looks like all those drivers who are 2 laps down, who want to take the wave around, are not going to be able to take that wave around. So Kevin Harvick will get to restart in the lead. And some fresh tires for all these cars 1 lap down. Denny Hamlin gets the free pass in 3rd. So we'll start to split up the strategy a little bit.
We're going green. Almost ready.
Flags back in the air.
Green, green, green.
Completes the field with the green. Schneider in the non-preferred outside lane, and he's trying to quickly go down inside draft for 4.
Careful, still there.
On older tires.
Stay high up here.
On 7 to 8 lap older tires, and at this track, that is, it probably feels like a lot more than 7 or 8 laps. And it feels clear on turn 2. Very brief lead for Kevin Hart. Second time he's led the day. All under the yellow. 47 to go in stage 2. And everybody that pitted there is going to be a couple laps shy of fuel to the end of the stage. Everybody will still have to pit once. Now the 4th place battle on the track will be for the free pass position. Now Hamlin had to restart at the back of the pack. Wide and tight. Turns 3 and 4. Oh, and Schneider slides quite a bit in turns 1 and 2. Catches the race car as he overran the corner. Oh, he's got a huge pack of cars coming. My goodness, look at this, it's like Talladega out there. 3 by 3, and here comes Byron, going low, going high, here comes Busch to the inside. Kyle Busch back on the lead lap briefly. That was a big save by Schneider while he was out in front of the pack. It is just a swarm of cars back there. Drivers on fresh tires at the front now. Busch trying to get underneath Kyle. Schneider backed up 1 and 2 beautifully. Look at the run he's got off the exit of the corner.
Still there.
Draft off the back of the 18. Kurt Busch trying to get a run to the bottom.
Still there.
Oh, Kyle Busch stepped out big time. He got really loose in the center of the corner. Kurt's going to pull up clear off turn 4.
Still there.
Schneider to the inside of Busch. Side trap to go clear into turn 1. Like you said, Elliott's acting like a 9-year-old. Who do you say that to? Busch is kind of falling back.
Stay low. You're all clear.
Hamlin's still in 3rd. He has not yet caught Harvick. He's about a second behind him. They're sent it into 1 and 2. Finally clears Kurt Busch. He's going to ride in line behind him. They're on the inside. Schneider down to the apron. Kyle Busch way up on the high side near the wall. He got a little ahead of himself there on that last restart. started pulling away from the pack pretty quickly. Hooked the apron like he did that time, only got really loose. And now we have another caution. My goodness. Cautions breeding cautions all of a sudden here at the Auto Club Speedway. After 0 cautions in stage 1, we've had 2 early cautions in stage 2. Free pass to Kurt Busch now. More drivers gonna pit. Schneider's gonna pit again. Doesn't want to be at a disadvantage. He's only gonna have 4 sets of tires left the rest of the race. The only thing is though, is now he can pit and he won't have to pit again before the end of the stage, where even with this caution, he was probably gonna be about a lap or 2 shy on fuel. So he's really gonna really hope that this stays green to the end of the stage. One driver takes the wave around to get back on the lead lap by staying out of the pits. That was Joey Logano. And a lot of cars 2 laps down looked like they took the wave around. So now all those drivers who were 2 laps down seem to be 1 lap down. Green flag back in the air. Schneider wins the race off pit road, leads the field to the green, and we're going to have a race on this restart. And it's going to be for the lead with the top 4 who are on fresh tires. First time Schneider's going to have to battle for the lead since taking it back on lap 12.
Looking inside now. Clear all around. Inside.
Hamlin beat the 99 to the inside.
Still there inside.
Denny Hamlin in the lead. Chris Buescher's trying to get back on the lead lap.
Careful, still there.
It turns 1 and 2. Look at Schneider.
Careful.
Really trying to back up turns 1 and 2 as best as he could. And he's holding on to the outside as good as he can as well. Got a pretty good run down the back straightaway.
Stay high, stay high.
He's going to pull clear of the 17 of Buescher. He's going to send it into turns 3 and 4 on Denny Hamlin. Up the track he goes. Contact with Hamlin. Hamlin's in the wall. And back down the racetrack. Here comes Kyle Busch shoving his way up the middle to the lead.
Wow, that's bad.
A little aggressive. Schneider went trying to get to the lead. Actually, Busch is a lap down. It's Kevin Harvick who's the race leader. Schneider trying to block Hamlin off turn 2. Hamlin up near the wall, Schneider down to the apron. Denny should get a pretty big run coming out through the tri-oval. And he's going to try to break a draft. Gonna have a massive run into turn 1 anyway. I thought he was gonna give Schneider a shot right back there in the 1. That was close. Just like that, that big lead at the end of stage 1 is gone. Schneider finds himself at second. That's just how quickly things can change. Schneider trying to go full throttle now through turns 3 and 4. Hamlin's still going to clear. He shouldn't get a run off the high side. He's trying to draft Hamlin. He's back to 3rd. Powers back to the bottom. Closes on the 11. It seems like Schneider's a little bit better in 1 and 2 than what he is in 3 and 4. Inches away from the grass on the bottom of the racetrack. It's good to see we finally have a battle in this race. I knew it was too good to be true. Never that easy.
Car high, careful there.
Hamlin clears Buescher. Schneider caught Chris Buescher in a terrible spot. Dropping line behind him down the back straightaway. Pull out of line again into turn 3. Hamlin closes on his teammate Kyle Busch. Schneider just going to clear Busher on turn 4. They're trying to look low underneath the 18 car. Rushing to the wall, that's not going to help you getting into turn 1. Terrible corner entry. Oh, Kyle gets really loose again. Right in front of Schneider. Schneider checked up. Still gassed it up to get back around the 18 off the exit of 4, and he's got to run underneath Hamlin for second. 32 laps to go at stage 2. Schneider clears Hamlin into 1. Sends it on the bottom lane through 1 and 2, and look at how quickly he closes on Harvick. This might be the point in the run where the 99's car is going to come to life. And he's got to run down the back straightaway, and he'll look for the lead.
Careful, still there. All right, clear outside.
Schneider back out in front of Fontana. Way too hard at 1 and 2. Well, to try and break the draft, he knew Harvick was going to have a run that time. Schneider having to lift in a bad spot. I mean, honestly, even if they just repaved Atlanta the way it was, I mean, that track was, I don't think there's been a mile and a half that's been better than Atlanta in its early years as what Atlanta was in its early years from the late 90s into the mid-2000s. Crazy good finishes there, crazy good races, super fast. Even the old Atlanta layout, which is very similar to how Homestead looks now. We know how good of a racetrack Homestead is. Current cars. That would have probably been more of not only the driver's alley, but in my opinion, the fans' alleys too. We'll see. I'm definitely skeptical of it. But I will likely be there firsthand to try and decipher which I personally think is going to be a better race, at least between the 2019 Atlanta race where I was there at the old funky circus. I plan on being there for the first race on the new circus here in the spring. Kramer, welcome to the stream, as well as Cal Watt Jr. All those drivers that took the wave route are going to have to pit before the end of the stage. As far as everybody else, they don't have to. Schneider's only got 4 sets of tires left the rest of this race. Coming off the stage 1 victory, 27 to go in stage 2. He's about 4 laps, maybe a little less than that, because he was good on fuel. But he's going to be good on fuel. He can stay out the rest of the way. So his tires were able to go all but 1 lap into the end of the run. So tires probably 1 to 2 laps pretty good, pushing it as hard as he can. So trying to get these drivers who are back on the lead lap perhaps a lap down again before the end of stage 2 to try and put himself in a similar circumstance. Having 3 cautions early on in the final stage really hurt the 99's momentum. I should say 2 early cautions in the state. We had 3 restarts because of the state version, so. Favorite moment from Atlanta was Edwards passing Johnson. That was a good race. Personally, for me, it's got to be Gordon beating Harvick. Nostalgia, just weeks after Dale Sr.'s death, that was, in my opinion, the most memorable moment. Crazy good finish, too. I mean, so was the Edwards and Johnson race. That was a pretty good finish, also.
Still there?
Lonnie and her car,
You're clear.
2000. Yeah, just watching Ryan Newman.
Stay on the bottom here.
I mean, just look at the people that were there for qualifying. A lot of them were there just to see Ryan Newman qualify. Just always getting a standing ovation. It really was something special to watch. Because it didn't matter what racetrack it was. Well, I don't think he really qualified on a road course as well, but it didn't matter what oval, whether it was an intermediate or a short track.
You got room. You're clear there.
Anything from Atlanta to New Hampshire to Martinsville to Bristol to Charlotte. I mean, it was like any kind of track you could qualify on the pole. Crazy. I think he had like 1 or 2 poles in his part-time season in 2001 as well. Or even ran full-time in 02.
Hold your line.
So he drove a 0-2 car. That's neat.
Alright, clear up. Car there on the outside. You got room. You're
Here we are in a video game with 2 career poles. Struggle to qualify. Ryan Newman in his early years made it look so easy. I will say though that William Byron in qualifying now, I don't think he gets the credit he deserved. At least not quite to Ryan Newman's standards, but granted, we didn't have that much practice or qualifying this year and last year, which kind of hurts Byron's career statistics. He does qualify on the pole quite a bit. And his are kind of the same way, only he can do it on road courses too. Road courses and intermediate seem to be where he's best at with qualifying. Yeah, that's very true too. Cool with you winning the championship. Of course, just that championship battle on itself. A lot of really good moments at Atlanta. It's just Jeff Gordon and Jimmy Johnson's battle in 2011. Casey Kane pulling off an upset to make the chase. Was that 2014? 2 races before the chase started, he had to win and ended up winning. Might be wrong on the year. It might have been 2012. It's either 2012 or 2014. I know it was Labor Day weekend. It was second to last race of the regular season. Might be wrong on the year.
We got 20 more.
I mean, even 2019 was a pretty good finish between Truex and Keselowski. It was close.
Still there. All right, you're clear.
I can remember that vividly because I was there. Keselowski was not. Wasn't an all-time classic race. Close finish. That, and at the time we didn't know about how big the factor was with the dirty air with the current 550 package too. So, you know, in person and especially, and with it being the first race, you know, we didn't really think that picking the same line was that big of a factor. We were stuck behind a lap car, not as far as lap time. It took a few weeks to just try to figure it out.
Clear high, bud.
2006 King won at Atlanta. It wasn't that year though that I was talking about. It was when he raced the 5 car for Hendrick Motorsports. I'm pretty sure he drove the Farmers Insurance car, if I'm not mistaken. I just can't remember what year it was. Anywhere from 2012 to 2014. Unless it was 2015, I don't think it was. My first guess was 2014, so that's probably right. Yeah, somebody needs to check Racing Reference. Help me out. It's like the Cardinals are going to win their 17th straight tonight. It kind of stinks that, like, if they win all these games leading into the playoffs, that out of technicality, I think the record would have to roll in the next year. Because they only count regular season games. I don't know how many more regular season games they have left. I know the Tigers only have 5 after that, so the Cardinals probably have 5 too, if I had to guess. I'm right, it was 2014. I remember it was like an overtime or a green light checker finish. So, I mean, he might have won in 2006 also. I really don't. Well, 2006 was when Edwards and Johnson had that. I'm pretty sure that was 06. And I think that was the fall race in 06. Either the fall race or the spring race. Well, Fox had the coverage of it, so maybe it was a spring. Well, then again, they took... Yeah, that was probably the spring race in 06 because I know Fox had the fall except BW's voice getting loud again. Five more games after. So they could win 23 straight. That's, I don't know what the record is total. I think it's more than that, though. I know the American League record's only like 20 or 22. But I think the National League record, which would be the MLB record's like 27 or something. They would have to like start next season like 4 or 5 and go to break the record if they play out the rest of this regular season. Which kind of stinks because it's like likely not even going to be the same team. Definitely going to be a different rotation. Likely. There will definitely be some new personnel. Casey Mears started on the pole in 2012. There's a Racing Reference trivia poll. Not have been able to tell you that. It would have been, what, the 13 car? Jermaine Racing at that time? Speaking of 13 for Jermaine Racing, there's Ty Dillon. Oh man, Dillon drove it in deep. Schneider and Ty Dillon got together. That got really close. Here comes Dillon with a full head of steam. Yeah, nowhere to go. 3 wide right in front of him. And here's last car in the lead lap in 5th place, Joey Logano. He'll go to the bottom. Schneider to the high side. I don't think he was with Ganassi at that time, was he? I thought he went. Where'd he go after he left Hendrick? 2008.
Top 3, use it if you need it.
Did he go back with Ganassi? That's like... I really don't know. With Ganassi before Hendrick. After Hendrick, I'm honestly not sure. Outside of Jermaine. I know he wouldn't have been with Jermaine Racing in 08 because I don't even think Jermaine Racing was around then. I guess 09. 2009, technically, was that year.
Careful, still there. You got room, you're clear.
Chip Ganassi racing at that time, they had Jamie McMurray and Pablo Montoya in 2008. Or no, they didn't have McMurray at that time. They had Montoya.
Stay low. All clear.
Jamie McMurray didn't take over the 1 until 2010. That's when he won the 500.
Careful.
And the Brickyard 400 the same season. That was his first year with Ganassi.
You got room, you're clear.
One car before that, Truex drove it until 08. I think in 09, I don't know who drove it. I don't even think the 01 or the number 1 was around anymore in 09. I think that's when it was the no, it wasn't. I don't know. I know 2008 the 01 was the thing. It's Regan Smith. Won that Talladega race. That was 2008. That was in the 01 car. The 01 car around 2009 is who was driving it then? Who was driving the number 1 car that was around? Diving on the pit road. 6 laps to go in stage 2. Like 3 cars back on the lead lap again. Hamlin in 3rd, Harvick in 2nd, Schneider in the lead. To go this time by. Schneider may consider pitting before the end of the stage. Got a pretty big lead that it might actually work out. He may be able to actually hold on to the lead and still get this stage win. You have a lot of other drivers staying out. He doesn't want to get them away from out. Everybody on the lead lap is. So that would be on the lead lap. Definitely going to be a risk. Oh, we got a car blowing up into turn 1, car around. So much for short pitting. Tyler Reddick is in the wall after spinning on corner entry into turn 3. That will bring out a caution, and here we go. Everybody's going to pit. Except for the drivers who were just on their way off of pit road. They'll take the wave around, but they're all 2 or more laps down. Well, we don't have to win the final race at Diga. We just have to beat the other 3 for the championship. A lot of drivers took the wave around. They're now to 1 and 2 laps back. Schneider will restart from the lead. We're only going to have a few laps to go. Green flag is back in the air. Schneider had the stage 2 win on lock, and we're only going to have a 1-lap shootout to decide that stage 2 winner. It's going to be settled within the top 3 because Kurt Busch got the free pass. He has to restart at the rear of the field. It's going to be between Schneider, Harvick, and Denny Hamlin. Schneider nails the restart for turns 1 and 2. He's going to have one more corner to try and hang on. Hamlin trying to close on the inside lane. Kevin Harvick on the high side. Into turns 3 and 4. Schneider trying to protect the lanes on Hamlin and Harvick. Hamlin side drafts Harvick now up to the high side off the exit of turn 4. And back to the start-finish line. Keegan Schneider will win stage 2 at the Auto Club Speedway. On a 1-lap green-white checker, it's the 37th stage win of the year for Schneider. He was able to hang on, and now everybody will stay out of the pits. Actually, we got a couple guys pitting. I think everybody that took the wave around there is going to end up pitting again. Not quite everybody, but most of them. Kyle Busch gets the free pass and pit, so he'll be back on the lead lap. Schneider's got 3 sets of tires left at the end of the race, so he's definitely not going to pit after just 1 lap on his tires here, although at this track that will make a difference. Oh, Truex was still racing the 1 in 2009. Okay, that makes sense, because I don't know who else would have had it. Cornish was the other car for Penske at the time. Yeah, he drove the 77 car? I think it was the 77. Oh, we had a 1-lap wild restart to the end of stage 2. Now we're going to have another restart right after. Third and final stage is underway here at the Auto Club Speedway. 3 cautions per incident. They were all in stage 2. Schneider nails the restart quickly, pulls ahead of the 11. Kurt Busch ducks out of line. Now he's in contention for the lead. He has not led yet today. In 2009, Newman was off at Stuart Haas Racing in the 39 car. Would have been Keselowski wasn't there yet. Kurt Busch would have been in the 2 still. Like, was Allmendinger in the 22 yet at that time? Oh, the 22 car was the thing at that time. Hamlin to the high side of Kurt Busch. Side by side for second place. Schneider trying to block both the inside and the high side down the back straightaway. Oh, look at Kevin Harvick up the middle. 3 wide for second place. Oh, now they're 4 wide for second place through the tri-oval. Schneider can't block every lane, and here comes Kurt Busch to the bottom. 4 wide behind the 99. There was no chance he had him taking the lead there. Harvick slides right in front of Schneider. He gets loose. Up the track goes Harvick. Oh, and he gets T-boned by Jimmy Johnson. Schneider's in the wall now as well. And we get a caution. Caution is out. Had a feeling that was going to happen on restart at some point. Hard look into the wall for Kevin Harvick. It looked like he might have had it saved, but then when he had contact with Johnson, who was on the bottom of the racetrack, it just shot Harvick into the outside wall at an awkward angle. And look at how bent up that Ford car is. And I'm surprised he didn't hit to try and repair damage like Schneider did there. Schneider only had 1 second of damage. Harvick's got a lot more than that. Green flag back in the air once again. Harvick going to spin his tires on the inside lane on the restart. Schneider will pull to the bottom in front of him as Kurt Busch and Denny Hamlin are out towards the front. Big dive into 1 and 2. Gets around Hamlin for second. Kyle Busch on freshened tires back there. Busher trying to get back on the lead lap as well. Schneider all the way to the apron. Trying to find some clean air on the nose of the race car. We have 4 cautions per incident. 71 to go. Schneider side drafts Kurt Busch. Sends it into 1 and 2. He's clear. Kurt's going to try to get back underneath him. Not going to happen. Schneider to the lead at Fontana, but Kyle Busch, who has the freshest tires of anybody on the lead lap, is charging to the front. He's already up to 3rd. Schneider's going to have a tough time trying to hang on to the lead on him. Older tires, even though it's only about 3 or 4 lap older tires, you can see how much of a difference it is. As Kyle Busch is all over the back of the 99 for the lead into turn 1.
Careful.
Busch is going to be clear, and now Kyle Busch leads. For the first time since very early in this race. Caution was the best of luck for him. Only driver on the lead lap that pitted for tires. Caution again, my goodness. Another caution. Now Kyle Busch is going to stay out and everybody behind him is going to pit. Free pass to Chase Elliott in 7th. Logano got the free pass to get back on the lead lap before that. Elliott's only going to get 1 of his 2 laps back that he is down. Cautions are breeding cautions here at Fontana. Now giving us 5 for incident on the race. He's slowing the race down as well. We'll have 66 to go and we go green. Only 2 sets of tires left to the finish for the 99 after this. And Kyle's going to have about 3 lap older tires on the restart.
Be smart out there. Going green. Almost ready.
Flag back in the air. He is in the preferred lane and will be the control car on the restart. Schneider won the race off pit road, but again has to restart second with the 18 staying out of the pits. Schneider trying to side draft Busch on the restart. Even with the side draft in between the front 2, look at how much of a launch they got into the first turn. Schneider couldn't quite pull clear of the 18. And Busch is going to be clear off turn 2. Kurt couldn't file his way in line. Logano on the high side with a run. Schneider to the inside for the lead on Kyle Busch. Kurt almost slid into Harvick. Harvick's got his car all fixed up and ready to go. He's going to go 3 wide for second place off turn 4. 99 back to the lead, 65 to go. Side by side for second behind him between Logano and Harvick. Oh, contact between the 99 and the 4. Now watch Schneider up the track and Harvick is going to be clear and he's going to take the lead. Logano can find a way underneath Harvick. Definitely got to run. Kurt Busch going to give Schneider a push now through the tri-oval. Side by side at the front of the field. How much is that going to slow those 2 up? Schneider's got a massive run through 1 and 2. Logano, is he clear? Not yet. Oh, it looked like he tried to throw a block and he almost squeezed Harvick into the wall. Going to get another run off the high side.
That was a better lap.
Schneider's fastest lap of the race at last time, 39.606.
Got one up top.
Kurt Busch just launching it to the high side. Schneider backed the corner up quite a bit. Hamlin's going to get underneath Kurt Busch now for position. Well, the field really got spaced out. I forgot about David Stremme driving the Penske, I'm not going to lie. Hamlin's up to fourth. How much longer can Joey Logano hang on to the lead? Logano and Harvick down low. Schneider pins his car down to the apron. Gonna slide underneath Harvick off the exit of turn 4. Gonna side draft him and slow his momentum down. Some danger on the high side. You can get the run if the car underneath you isn't right there. Schneider with a slide job now on the 22 in turns 1 and 2, and he's easily clear. At that point in the run where the car's already starting to come to him, it does not take long. 6 or 7 laps at the most. He is gone after that. Schneider back to the lead here at the Auto Club Speedway. 60 laps to go in the race. At least one more pit stop remains. He's got 2 sets of tires left in the finish. Cardinals won 6-2. There you go. Great for you and being a Cardinals fan, by the way, through all this. I'm just happy my Tigers are fighting for 500 this year. I think they have to win out, though, if I'm not mistaken. I think they got to win their last 5 games. Actually, if they lost today, then I don't know if they won or lost. They might be playing now still. But I think they'd have to win out if they're gonna finish at 500. I'm pretty sure they have 81 losses right now. They're no longer bottom of the gutter. Now we're like mediocre. We went from complete garbage to mediocre in a year. I mean, it took us a few years to get to that point, but I mean, we were at the bottom of the barrel last season still. I think of Booty Barker returning to top of the pit box. I find him highly overrated. He's always been talked about as being a great crew chief. But outside of him being with Casey Mears all those years, who else has Booty Barker been crew chief for? I think he was with Tommy Baldwin Racing there for a while as well, but I don't think he was there when Ward Burton was there. I think he was there when Dave Blaney and who else would have drove the 22 car? I think Blaney was the last one to drive it, actually, before the team shut down. I think they filed for bankruptcy, if I'm not mistaken. They found some checks. A scandal went on there, but I think he was. I don't know if he was on the. I don't think he was the crew chief on that team though, but I remember him being with Bill Davis Racing in the early mid-2000s. I was laughing to play either the Dodgers or the Giants in the wild card. But we're obviously riding a hot streak right now. Either one of those two teams is going to be super, super tough. He's at Michael Waltrip Racing for a year or two. Was he crew chiefing at Michael Waltrip Racing? Oh, Brian Patty was there. Man, I really don't remember him being there. What team was he with? It would have either been the 56 or the 55. You know, now that I recall, it might have been the 55. Because I think I remember he was crew chiefing when Vickers won at New Hampshire. 55 car. Going through some history lessons since like the middle of the stage 2. I know the 6.5 second lead over Kevin Harvick. Quickly pulling away once again. You know he's got 2 sets of tires left at the end of the race. 54 laps still remain. He will have to use one of those sets no matter what. One more pit stop still to come. Feels like we've had more than 5 cautions per incident, but that's because we didn't have any in stage 1. Then we had 2 stage breaks, and then 5 cautions per incident. Three of them, a couple early ones, stage 2, and then a couple early ones here in the final stage now. Put the 55 according to your dad. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm pretty sure he was crew chiefing when Vickers won at New Hampshire. Now that when you mentioned that, I kind of had a light bulb go off in my head. I mean, I don't know. It's like, I don't know if that's an upgrade compared to Mike Wheeler, and I don't think Mike Wheeler was the greatest crew chief either. I mean, Denny Hamlin went winless with him in 2018. I feel like there's got to be better options out there. We'll see. Diamondbacks are officially the worst team in baseball. They solidified that spot tonight. That's crazy because they were in the playoffs just a couple years ago. They had Goldschmidt. And who else they have? AJ Pollock.
Still there? All right.
They had a good pitcher too, Shelby Miller. So, pretty good team. They had JD Martinez too. I think it was that year that the Tigers traded him away, which would have been 2017, 2018.
Still there? All right.
I want to say 2018 was probably the year I'm thinking. I mean, they might have made the playoffs both years, but one of those years they were title contenders. The team was loaded because I remember the Tigers traded away JD Martinez to the Tigers, and he only played those last 2 months with them, and then he left for Houston, I believe. Houston for a year, and then he signed that big deal with the Red Sox. Won an MVP.
Still there?
2 of them.
You got room. You're clear there.
Probably 2017.
Careful. Still there. You got room. You're clear there. You got room. You're clear there.
10 people watching currently on a very late night, at least if you're on the East Coast or in the Eastern time zone. You are currently watching the playoff opener of the NASCAR Heat 5 career mode, the final season of the Heat 5 career mode. Egan Schneider has dominated the race, winning the first 2 stages. He's out to a 16-second lead again. Very close finish to the end of stage 2, a 1-lap green-white checker. He was able to hold on the restart. About equal tires behind him. Schneider has pitted for tires under all but 1 caution so far today. Everybody will have to pit one more time before the end of the race. He's got 2 sets of tires left for the end. We have 47 laps to go.
Still there. Top 3, use it if you need it.
51.06. That's okay. The Tigers only won 46 games a couple of years ago. I'm proud to say that I had watched 11 games in person that season. 2019. I mean, that's what's crazy. 2 years ago, we won 46 games, and this year, we're competing for 80 wins this season. Not in the playoffs, but that's only 2 years. And it wasn't even 2 full seasons, because last year they only played 60 games.
Stay out the bottom. Clear high, clear high.
Cardinals are like the 2011 team they had.
All right, you're clear.
That team was loaded too. Cardinals have been really good for a while though. Obviously that year they
All right, you're clear then.
won the World Series, but really since the mid-2000s they've just been consistently a top 2 team in the NL Central. I mean, the Cubs didn't come along until 2015, 2016. The Cubs started challenging. Pirates had a couple good years there in the early 2011 or 2010s, right around like 2011, 2012, 2013.
Careful.
I mean, the Cardinals have they've been the top. They've had the division pretty much a lot for the most part over the last 15 or so years.
Still there? You got room.
Obviously, they're really good back in the 80s and 90s too. They've just always been really good, I guess. They're kind of like the Yankees. They just don't win quite as many championships because they're not in that gigantic market that New York is. Harder to bring in a ton of superstars and keep reloading like every year. Somebody else was down on the pit road with some smoke pouring out of the back of their car. I couldn't tell who it was, but we do stay green. No caution coming out in the middle of it. Lamar Jackson loves pizza. Welcome to the street. Whoa, man. I was looking at the chat. Almost counted Eric Jones off the exit in turn 2. That was a close call. Cleared him. Now he'll lose another lap. It's inside the top 10. Tigers losing 120 games in 2003. Yeah, we almost broke our own record in 2019. It was just crazy though, because the reason why I went to 11 games that season is because, so usually, at least before COVID, I would buy my tickets on StubHub, so they're all resale. So when you have like season ticket holders or just people that, you know, can't go to the game last second, they'll just sell it. They're cheap. Well, because the Tigers are as bad as they were, I sat behind home plate every single game, all but one. There was one I sat in the outfield with my parents just because they wanted to sit in the outfield and stuff. Which I never sat in right field at American Park. I always sat in left field if I sat in left field. So we sat in right field one game. But the other 10 games I sat behind home plate. And every game, except for one, I spent $20 or less for my ticket. And I was within the first 20, 25 rows behind home plate for $20. I know you're going to watch a bad baseball team. They were only 2-9. The games we went. One of the games they beat the Orioles, who we were like neck and neck with for last in the league that year. So I went to that game knowing we might have had a shot to win. We did win. And we actually beat the Twins and won the division that year. Ran away in a shootout. It was like 12-11 or something. It was a crazy game. And we ended up actually winning. Like the one game we could actually see the back like course of the season. Yeah, it was a crazy year. As far as that last pit stop goes, currently I have 17 laps left in the fuel tank. The tires have been wearing out quite a bit here today. We were able to go until a couple laps left in the fuel tank, so probably looking at about 15 more laps before those green flag stops. Might see some drivers try to short pit. The window is open from now to the end of the race. The window is just open. Games lost. Yeah, but that's not always his fault though, too. I mean, he could lose. Like a pitcher is credited for a loss, and he could literally give up one hit, and it's a solo home run. Your team doesn't get any hits. If he came out like a 7th or 8th inning, you get credited with the loss if the team can't come back into the game. I don't like to take the losses into consideration so much. The win-loss record in general. I was wondering why that was like one of the major stats for not only like Cy Young, but one of the major stats just for like keeping track of the pitching triple crown. Wins, strikeouts, and ERA. Pitching triple crown. I was wondering why wins were valued so much. I think they're valued as much as they are just because back in the day you have pitchers pitch the whole game. Like every game, so it kind of mattered. Not every game, but I mean literally like a third of the season they would start and pitch all 9 innings. But you would, and I feel like that's why they started keeping track of it, and we've just always kept track of it ever since. Even though pitchers only pitch, starting pitchers only pitch twice a week at the most. Unless it's a playoff series, I mean, maybe get a pitch 3 times. Even that's a stretch nowadays. Save some time where you got a 32-second lead. I'm trying to lap the field. And our battery's low, but we'll make it to the end. We got 2 sets of tires left in the race. We know we're going to have to pit at some point anyway. And it's not going to be a stretch in trying to make it on tires in that final run, so might as well push as hard as you can. We're in the final stage. You can get a lap lead on the field before catching a caution. That is going to be highly beneficial for Schneider to check in this race.
Careful, still there.
Gets around Logano on the high side. Now only Kevin Harvick's the only other car on the lead lap. Got pretty racy in the middle stages of the race, but pretty much the entirety of stage 2 into the early going of stage 3, but this long green flag run has allowed Schneider to open this gap back up, and now he's got that 1 lap lead on the field for the 2nd time today. Hopefully this time he's going to be able to keep it. Still got 2 sets of tires left in the final 40 laps. He's in good shape. A little bit there when he only had 4 sets left and we were still early in stage 2. It was looking a little scarce. He did stay out as far as not taking tires during one of the cautions in the final stage, and although it hurt him, he ended up getting a quick yellow 5 or 6 laps afterwards, and he was able to pit then anyway. Right back on fresh tires. Fresh Eco tires.
Stay low. You got room. You're clear there.
Still blame Bartman for 0-3. Let's not make it the World Series. You a Cubs fan then? Have you watched that 30 for 30 Catching Hell? That's like one of my favorite 30 for 30 episodes ESPN did. It was on the whole Steve Bartman story and like what they had to do to get him out of the stadium that night. They had to put him into I mean, nobody knows where he's at nowadays. There's like rumors that he's changed his identity just because you like can't find him anywhere. Like he's never been public ever since. That's just crazy. Now I will say, with the Cubs winning the World Series in 2016 and that curse, quote unquote, is finally lifted, that I feel like, you know, Cubs fans might be a little less, you know, ambitious towards him. If they still would be without a World Series, I would understand why he's still in hideout. I mean, that's just crazy. I felt bad for the guy watching the documentary, too. Because if that were me in that situation, I'd be going for the ball. Like, in my situation is, I've, for a long time, like this year I only went to one game, and last year I couldn't go to any because of COVID, which is just rare for me, because usually I go to 2 to 3 baseball games a year. I have never gotten a foul ball. You know, if I sat in the outfield, never got a home run ball. Caution's out. Meanwhile, 32 laps to go. This is our 6th caution of the race for incident. We'll restart with about 28 to go. But anyway, I've never, I've never gotten a foul ball before. So if that were me in that situation, and it's a playoff game, I'm going for the ball. I am going for that ball because I have never gotten one before. And, you know, that could have been me that day if I was a Cubs fan and was in that situation, you know, or me in the future someday. You never know. You never know. I guess now with the netting and the foul territory, it'd be kind of hard, but I guess it could happen, you know, robbing home run ball. I mean, I've seen instances where that's happened. Not in that pivotal of a game. It's just crazy. But yeah, that was one of the best documentaries I've ever seen.
Green flag, green flag.
So Harvick will have to restart at the rear of the field after getting the free pass. Green flag back in the air with 28 laps to go at Fontana. Schneider's got one set of tires left to the finish. It is go time. We stay green. Nobody else will have to hit to the end of the race. And all these drivers one lap down are going to try to get back on the lead lap. Schneider's going to try to hold them back just in case. We'll see if we'll get another caution for Harvick to restart alongside with Schneider and have a chance to win this playoff opener. Sandmans. Is that a minor league team I'd have to see? I've never heard.
Hold your line, got one inside.
Hamlin almost got to the inside of Schneider. Schneider blocks him in the center. Turns 1 and 2. Bottom of the racetrack. 2 by 2 down the back straightaway. Behind the 99. We've seen some cautions on restarts. Pretty much every time we've had a restart after one green flag run, we get 1 or 2 cautions after the fact. That could happen again here, so Schneider's trying to hold these guys back, and now Kurt Busch will get to the outside. And he'll side draft Schneider now through the tri-oval. Schneider going to try to side draft the one back, and he does. And here comes Hamlin to the inside, and now they're 3 wide. Schneider guns it. He clears Kurt Busch. Kurt's going to cross him back over. Hamlin's clear. Now Schneider's 3 wide up high. Yeah, I've never, I mean, even going to like Toledo Mudhens games, Tigers Triple A team. That's the closest city I went to. I've never gotten a foul ball. I remember coming close a bunch of times, but never got one. Even all those Tigers games I went to with all those empty seats in 2019, I never got one.
Inside. All clear.
Slides up in front of Hamlin, clear. Off the exit of turn 2. Good run getting into turns 3 and 4. In line behind Kurt Busch and Joey Logano really pulled Hamlin through 3 and 4. Hamlin gets a run off the high side. He's trying to charge forward.
Keep hitting your mark.
Schneider just ran his fastest lap of the race, 39.450 that last lap as he sends it underneath Kurt Busch in turns 1 and 2. He clears him now. Ryder closes on corner entry. 22 of Logano. A little tight though when he got closer behind him. Big arrow push. Shoving the car up the racetrack. 200 miles an hour into turn 1. Schneider to the inside of the 22. Logano's a lap down again. Schneider's back in the clean air, looking to take control. Set sail to the checkered flag and lock himself into the round of 12 of the victory. And alternate through the different camera angles one final time for the next dozen laps. Savannah Bananas. Yeah, there's a lot of weird minor league team names. I know a lot of them only because of, at least in like the AAA and AA, only because MLB The Show in those years. So our school field trips, we always went to the Toledo. We went to one Toledo Mudhens game every year. It means we only live like a half hour from Toledo. And we'd go to one Toledo Walleye game and one Toledo Mudhens game. The Walleye are ECHL hockey team, which would technically be like a AA. So 2 tiers below the NHL. They were an affiliate of the Detroit Red Wings and the Detroit Tigers AAA affiliate, which is only one level below the MLB. Was also stationed in Toledo, so got a couple minor league teams half hour away from here. And that would be our field trip. We'd have one in the winter and one in the spring before the end of the school year for the games. It always sucked though, at least with the Mudhens games, because they would drag on so long. And with our school, at least, we had to be back before school got out for whatever reason. So we'd always be there till like the 7th, 8th inning. We'd always leave. We maybe stayed to the end of the game once. I always hated that. That's why I didn't like going. So I was like, I'm gonna get. Even as a kid, I got so invested in the game, and we'd leave in like the 7th, 8th inning. It could be a tie game, whatever. I know it's like minor league, but still. And even if my dad would take me to like a Tigers game when I was younger on a weeknight, and he'd have to work the next day, we'd leave in like 6th, 7th, 8th inning overtime to beat traffic. I always hated it. That's why whenever I go to, games or races now, I stay to the end and then some. I'm staying after the race. I'm getting all my money's worth. Getting there super early. And might not be at the Xfinity and the truck races every weekend, but Cup race day on Sunday, I want to be there as long as I can. One thing I do like, big reason why I do like going by myself is just because I can schedule it myself. Like if I want to go to the track all day, I can. Especially going to each new track I've been to, because each facility is different. Different 10 menus, different everything. And you have your same stuff that travel week to week to week, but that's some other stuff too. Robbie, welcome to the stream. Sandats for the... That's it for the... Gotcha. Handsome moniker. That's it. That was his nickname right after the scene. Maybe Monica was his actual name, I don't know. Baseball's always got some weird nicknames. 16 laps to go. Only other 2-mile oval we raced at was at Michigan, Schneider's home track, and he got the win there. Trying to get the win on this 2-mile oval as well. Two completely different tracks. This one is wider than Michigan, a little bit flatter, but very, very bumpy. A lot more than mainly just the one groove. I mean, you can run down to the apron up near the wall, which we've pretty much seen Schneider run every lane on this racetrack today. And seen it definitely from the rest of the field as well. Gonna hang on to the finish. I hope it stays green because Kevin Harvick is on the lead lap. Schneider's got one set of tires left, so if we get a caution, we will likely put that final set on. Don't want to let it go to waste. Only have 2 cars on the lead lap. It'd still be restarting on the front row. Be well worth it. The name of the horse. That does sound like a racing. Cancel Monaco on turn 4. Cancel Monaco off the final stable. That's one thing I'd be down for going to. All these races I go to and stuff. Most of it is NASCAR. I'd like to go to the Kentucky Derby sometime. I only live 4 hours from Louisville. Like, it'd be doable. Well, there we go. We get another yellow. 14 laps to go. Just making things interesting. This is where Schneider's going to pit. Top off on fuel while he's at it. Joey Logano gets the free pass in third. We're going to have 10 laps to go when we go green. And Harvick is back in it, though. He is not pitting here. Schneider is. Harvick will actually get the restart in the preferred lane in the lead. Laps to go on the restart. And the winner will go to the round of 12. Green flag back in the air. Harvick leads the field to the green. Schneider not in the preferred lane, but he's got the pressure tires. Side drafted Harvick. Oh, Kyle Busch going to go 3 wide underneath the 4. Schneider throws a very big block in the center of turns 1 and 2. Harvick was able to pinch down the 18 as well. Now they're all trying to funnel down the back straightaway. Schneider has the pole into turn 3. Nine laps left, they are up to speed, and Schneider is going to be pulling away on the fresh tires. I've been to 3 NFL games, 2 Packers games. I actually did go to Heinz Field once to see a Raiders and Steelers game. It was in my sophomore year of high school. My dad got tickets from a guy he knew at work. He had 4 tickets, asked me if I wanted to go. And I'm like, yeah, sure. I had a broken ankle at the time, so I wasn't doing anything. It wasn't during NASCAR season anymore at that time either, so I wasn't going to miss a race. I was like, yeah, I'll go. But, ended up being a pretty good game, 38-35. Last second field goal, the Steelers won. Actually, I think they had, I can't remember if that game went to overtime. I think it was the last second field goal in regulation to force overtime, and then the Steelers won in overtime, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, I remember it's 38-35 with the field goal at the last second. Antonio Brown set the franchise record for most receiving yards in Steelers history in that game, for a single game. It was definitely a wild game. And it was a random game too, because I don't think I'll ever go to another NFL game that, you know, the Packers aren't playing in, so just kind of, you know, random occurrence if we were there. My dad was a Raiders fan too, so that's why he took the tickets. It just so happened to be that his favorite team was playing, and he's like, hey, let's go to Pittsburgh. That would have been the second game at the time that I ever seen. The only two Packers games I've seen were both in Detroit. One was in 2019, regular season, week 17. Packers had to win to get the first round bye. We really need to be focused on the race here because things keep getting very interesting. Keep getting off on tangents. Bringing back some stories that I've never told you guys before, so that's why I keep getting off on that. We're playoff racing. I think it's just late at night. I think that's just the thing. We seem to have that issue when we do these late night streams. Saw Trevor Lawrence playing high school. That's pretty cool. Charles Woodson, he grew up like 10 minutes away from where I live. Went to high school in Fremont Ross. Well, Schneider doesn't have another set of tires left. It looks like Harvick and Logano are going to stay out of the pits. Kyle Busch got the free pass, so he's back on the lead lap, and we're going to have 3 laps to go. Another late race restart. Schneider in the preferred lane on the bottom. And if this was Martinsville where Harvick was nailing these restarts, he'd probably be in a little bit better situation. 3 to go. Green-white checker finish. Harvick blocks the bottom in front of Logano. Schneider in the middle lane right now in turns 1 and 2. He nailed the restart initially, and he'll be off and sailing away on fresh tires once again. Oh yeah, that's a big time game. I think I've only been to 2 high school football games. Like, even growing up, like, I just never got interested enough to go. I only played it in junior high, and I think I went once when I was really young in junior high just because we had free tickets once. And, just for being on the junior high team. And then there was another instance, too. When I think I went to one game in high school, that's because my sister was in band, so it was probably my senior year. I went to watch her play once. That's the only reason I went to one high school football game when I was in high school. That's the only reason I went. I think I left at halftime too after her show was done. I just wasn't interested in that. Final lap. White flag is in the air. Now if we get another late race caution, the race will be over. Schneider has dominated the day. He has survived the multiple late race restarts. Helps having the fresher tires. Too bad we can't get free wings. But you can go and ask for free wings and say, well, Keegan Schneider won at Fontana today. Or yesterday if you go there tomorrow. Because that is going to be the case. First race with Hooters as a sponsor on the car. And Schneider will bring another sponsor to victory lane. Checkered flag is waving, and a trip to the round of 12 has arrived. Keegan Schneider has won the playoff opener at the Auto Club Speedway. Rough racetrack. He managed his tires well. He used all 8 sets that he had from the start of the race, 9 if you include the set he had at the very start. And despite going caution-free in stage 1, we still end up having 9 cautions per incident by the end of the race. 5 of which in the final stage and 3 in the final 31 laps. Nobody else on the lead lap decided to pit under any of those cautions. Schneider brought the engine out in the victory celebration pretty quickly, and he's now going to try to drive the car to victory lane. I mean, this thing is... I'm on the gas, and it's not going anywhere. Turn this thing around. I don't think we burned an engine out in the victory celebration quite like this. There we go. Keegan Schneider with the win. A max points day at that. 7 playoff points that will carry over into the next round, and he is qualified for the next round following his 19th win of the season. Career win number 24. Fastest lap of the day was actually ran by Kyle Busch with a 39.208. Schneider led 168 of the 200 laps today. En route to sweeping the stages and winning the race. And yes, a trip to the round of 12. And we are just 1 win away from 20 on the season. And that would give us 25 on our NASCAR Cup Series career. Unbelievable. We had some wild restarts throughout the course of the night. It was entertaining at times throughout the course of it, but Schneider definitely from the drop of the green flag at the start of the day had the fastest car in the field, and it didn't take long into a green flag run. It only really took 5 to 6 laps, and he was setting sail on from that point on really throughout the course of the race on the green flag runs. Like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. We have realistic commentary on full race NASCAR video game and real races on the weekend. You can tell I'm tired, man. I've been up since 5 o'clock this morning. I had to work. We're up till now, and I got to work again tomorrow and get up at 5. So I'm going to head on out of here. Probably another reason why I was rambling, I think, towards the end of the race, just because I was probably tired and trying to stay awake. But we are in. Tomorrow night's race will be at Kentucky. It'll be the second race of the round of 16 to the playoffs. Make sure you tune in then. I'm sure we'll have a more competitive race. Kentucky's not a good track for me on the Heat 5 career mode in any series. For those of you that don't know, I don't think we've won there in any series on this game. So we'll see if we can get it done in that one. Thanks for watching. See you guys tomorrow. And, yeah, have a good one.